We'll get into the laning stage. Of course, we do see Gabby on that Ricky. Ironically enough, you'll have March there as well, the bounty hunter. Looks like he'll be just trying to set up for a bit of early harassment in this off lane. You'll have Tim's there as well. You've got this amazing combination in the bounty Inkswell, which can be quite devastating. In fact, are they already going? Yeah, they are. Pock. He's just not allowed to follow up his creep wave. March is going to really give it to him. Bot. Or Boomy, actually. He's going to find a nice courier. I mean, you look at KP as well, the Underlord, they really gave it to him. With that first metamorphosis timing, Natsumi just moving forward with CML and just harassing the hell out of KP. In fact, they're going to go for more now. Natsumi does spot him out. He'll leave them be for now. KP's just going to try and soak XP in the tree line, throw out a firestorm and try to force out the wave. And CML is just going to haunt this man. This Fortune's End will fly out, but there's going to be no follow-up to it. But it seems both teams agree that these offlaners do not deserve any sort of farm, and they will ensure that they have the most atrocious time possible this game one. We'll have a look at that mid lane as well, Armel and Mac. So far, things are going very, very well for Armel, and you'd imagine this should be the way the lane goes altogether, right? Like, the sniper really shouldn't suffer up against the Death Prophet. Bot lane Boomy going behind the tier 1 tower, or rather he was behind his own tier 1 tower, but TNC are diving him now, not really wanting to give all this creep XP away. Boomy gonna go for a snowball. Gabby, he won't get that Inkswell proc, but instead perhaps the dog to Bok now, where Bok is still trying to soak XP, but he's gonna have to leave the lane. They're gonna try and bring the Oracle in to at least get some XP here, as CML gonna dive in, but he is surrounded by creeps right now. He needs to get out of there. Gabby's gonna blink in, and CML probably will die, though no. He gets a salvo from Boomy. He does take one of the tricks of the train strikes, and they're gonna try and turn with Gabby now, but one's have to TP with the snowball. We'll cancel it off Gabby. He'll be the first blood in this game, number 1, and CML will be the one to pick it up. And what a way to do it. Well, Mac, he just finds the kill into March. March looks like he was going to be the one to pick up the kill. Mac had a fairy fire on him and just popped and turned around with the Crypt Swap. Boomy now going to rotate here onto Armel. Can he actually get a strike off? He can, but there's no real follow-up to it. Still, with that kill on Mac, like the fact that he just found that bounty hunter, you could argue he's basically caught up in lane now.
Radiance by
Bot lane going to be chased down. Gabby just not going to complete the chase, and Bot will be able to TP out again. Only thing is he did TP all the way to the fountains. He had no regen, and it's going to be a bit of a shame for him. He's going to have to make the walk of shame back towards that bot lane. We saw this from TNC from yesterday's series. Like, they just like to create all kinds of havoc in the first couple minutes, and then it just ends up going back to normal. And we saw it again now. Still, at least you look at KP on the Underlord, he's been able to catch up in levels now. He's hit that level 5 mark, so he's sitting a lot prettier. Much more so than Bob with level 4, and is currently being dived. Blink strike from Gabby, he's going to keep up this chase, but I don't think they can. In fact, they're going to go and try to turn this. Droid, can you really do it? Gabby's going to be the main target. Sports Z and Shards do next bar. He'll be over with the fight, but they have stick charges. Gabby will heal up. Now they will turn even more Boomy, trying to get out of there. Do you have another blink strike? It looks like you will in 5 seconds, and Boomy, he should be dead. Inkswap connects Gabby. He will pick up a double kill. And a droid, I mean, it was a bit of wishful thinking to try and go and try to counter that team fight. Yes, certainly, of course, mid lane. What is going on here? Mel, he's getting dived and he's dead. Snowball as well. Gonna jump off the Tins. Mac was in it, and Tins just can't sustain that. And now Droid should be able to just grab the mid T1 tower for themselves with this exorcism. And, you know, we've seen a Droid do this before, John. They're very good at really revolving around their hero timings. And Mac really making full use out of that first ultimate. He's got no way out. He's just dead. Natsumi joins in, and with the metamorphosis, they're going to push another tier 1 tower. Even Mac, he found March again. Mel, he'll be okay. Luckily, he did have his support Grimstroke there to help him out, but they're going to lose their mid tier 1 and bot tier 1, and this is going to pretty much open up the whole Radiant jungle to the way of the Droid. And, well, KP, he's trying to find the top tier 1 tower. But a Droid, I mean, they've just found such amazing trades already, and they've got a 2k net worth lead at 8.5 minutes in. TNC, I don't think they can play this draft from behind. They need to try and catch up real quick.
Has been destroyed.
We'll try. Looks like a Droid's not even concerned about that. Boomy gonna get jumped here by Gabby, and Shrapnel will come in from Mel. Mac is gonna be there to help, and Snowball is gonna lock onto the Ricky, but Gabby with a nice dodge with the tricks of the trade, and they will eventually finish off that job with the assassinate from Mel. And Gabby not having to dive any deeper.
Has fallen.
It's going to be a while. And so both teams back to the drawing board, just going to get back to farming. Mac, of course, he does have the exorcism back up, but it's going to be a matter of when the meta's up, and it actually just comes off cooldown. So Natsumi, he's ready to go. If you did want to try and get another T1 or more so a T2 tower, in this case, you probably could try and go for it if you grouped up as 5 here for a droid. Natsumi, he does have a siege creep down to that bot lane, so they may actually attempt this. As we do see KP using his Dark Rift, where's he off to? No, he cancelled it off. He just thought he may have been in trouble. But instead, decided to Detroit, they go down bot, you have the Terrorblade, you have an Exorcism, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They go after the Tier 2 tower. Yeah, I mean, it's just not looking great. TNC, I mean, they've got great high ground defense if it comes to it, but you don't want to really get to that point. Still, they don't really have any answers to defend with this kind of draft they've gone for. He's dead. March understands he's dead. He's going to just try and run, but Gabby jumps in. They'll jump onto CML. CML does have the false promise. So there's really no point in that. And now more rotations to come. Bot, he has the lasso. Do you want to make the play? Well, there's no way to close the gap for Bok right now, so they won't chase any further. And that'll make it a 3-7. All lanes still being forced in by a droid. TNC just kind of stuck 5-manning, trying to find that mid-tier 1. Well, you look at both the top of the net workboards. I mean, it's Terrorblade and DP. Like, and I agree with you. They haven't done anything to actually try and slow them down. Now Mel, he's just trying to desperately catch up on the sniper, and he'll have a Maelstrom up soon. So he will have that deep push potential on the sniper. But it seems like that's kind of what they're locked into. Like, until they get those core items up on their core sniper or on the core Ricky, it just seems like they can't do anything. TNT could be in trouble. Fortune's in, but he has lasso back, meanwhile we'll find March as well. But Tim's getting lassoed up. He's going to try and run, but he understands he's probably dead all those stick charges. It'll force CML to take the kill with the Purifying Flames. That's going to be 2 more deaths going the way of TNC, as they did also lose March in that mid lane. 2 back on the DP. And, well, at least March is level 6 now, I guess. Like, now you've got track. Then again, we're at almost 15 minutes in, and that is a very, very late level 6 timing if I've ever seen one. KP trying to run away. He is quite a fast demon. There's going to be a bit of balance. Gabby actually going to be there to help out Boomy. He will go down. Now the secondary support team are also there. Matt, he's a sitting duck right now. He'll use up, but he needs help, and help is not coming back. He has left him alone. And TNC just sticking his fires, and it finally pays off. In fact, Natsumi, what are you doing there, sir? He's going to be chased down. Nice little shuriken toss there by March. Inkswell, Blink Strike Gabby, he goes back in. Natsumi, you can't afford to die like that. So they're going to try and trade me. Gabby will get stunned up and down with a bit of balance. TNC may be willing to go again. Gabby needs to blink out, but they are falling low on a droid. He's been false promised up, but they have plenty of damage coming in. CML trying to keep him alive. Bok, he'll firefly his way down the cliff. He will survive. CML, however, should not be so lucky. Or maybe he will be. He does manage to get out. However, mid lane Matt is still trying to fight Armel, who just TP's out of there. TNC, they actually ended up finding 4 kills throughout that. John, that was worth 2.5k towards the side of TNC, and they do now take the net worth lead.
Yep.
That's the thing. You find a kill, doesn't matter what it is, as long as you got that bounty hunter around, it's worth a lot more gold than Boogie. I understand he is probably also dead. Tim's will be the one to take it with the Inkswell. It's just, even for a support, they made about 500 gold out of that Tusk kill. And it is just looking better and better as time goes on for TNC. I suppose you still do have to be very wary about Natsumi though. He is still at the top of the net worth order and is still farming very well, about to hit that 9k mark in terms of net worth. But TNC, it seems like TNC are really putting all their chips in Armel on the sniper, right? To just be able to deal with him. Gabby. Yeah, it's a big kill. Gabby did just get his diffusal blade, and well, he doesn't really get to use it effectively. He does end up dying straight off the bat. You do have a Drake now with those ultimates back up, so they definitely could attempt to make another push, but they do appear to be very cautious about how this game is going now. And Lasso going to come out, but the soul line was there from Tim, and now you've got 2 heroes you can pick off, 2 assassinates to fly out. It'll be a 1-for-1 so far. Bok, he does manage to run away. But again, it's a track kill of the task, and you don't get the full work. In fact, they're down Natsumi now, forcing out the false promise from CML. They won't try it any longer, and I don't know if the Sunder was necessary Natsumi, but he does it just in case. Oh, Bok jumps in, no lasso available. They pop the X's and Snowball to be there, and they found Armel. The sniper's down, and now Gabby trying to trick the trade away, but he's got nothing to blink to. His team's left him. Nobody there to help as Bok was chasing them down on the battle rider KP. He'll be the next target. The Spirit cycling him up, and KP has nowhere to go. And you know, you wouldn't expect a droid to run in like that without lasso. But they surprise everybody, including us, and they find a very successful team fight. Down March again. March, Yule's up, the dust's still active, and that'll be enough. Mac will find another kill. Natsumi will be able to pick up the Aegis on the Terrorblade. And suddenly Adroit has the 3k net worth lead.
A trade. TNC are playing slightly from behind. They're going to have to watch out for that Aegis now. It gives them a lot more leeway on Adroit's side. Natsumi's not going to be as scared to stand forward. TNC has to be cautious about that bait because Natsumi's just so fine standing way far forward. It could be a problem for TNC if they're always going to be jumping onto that Terror Blade. Like, they have done it, what, 2 times now? Almost? Where the first time kind of works out, the second time doesn't. So they're going to have to ensure that they have enough burst damage. Eat through Natsumi twice over. Doesn't feel like they're quite there yet. You know, like the damage is still somewhat lacking from Armel. Gabby still only has his defusal. And even March is not.
March, thank you for the Roshan timings, March. Always appreciate that. You write those down, John?
Oh yeah.
We might need them later on.
Definitely. Yep, got them in my head. Thanks, March.
Thank you. Natsumi's gonna have the active scepter up, John. What?
Yeah, that's gonna be...
What does that even do?
You don't see that. It has a fear ability, a wave that goes out in all directions and having fear. That is pretty strong control. That is something Adroit lacks in a wide AoE. They don't really have the best thing to follow up on that with wide AoE as well, but that gives them something.
I've never seen that one come out before. This is very new. This will be interesting. It's Natsumi. He's gonna learn that KP is in the tree line. March is definitely there with him. They're gonna try and hunt this Terror Blade down. Natsumi, he does have friends around the area in his own jungle, but he does feel quite safe. He still has the Aegis anyway. Although, KP, if caught, does Dark Grip, he'll be perfectly fine. March will also be able to just run his way out, or he'll have to be a little bit careful. He shows himself now, and they know he's there, but CML. Jump on. Moving, he actually does it in the right place. March gets caught out. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Bok and Matt do end up finding Gabby on the Ricky. 2 more easy kills for the side of Adroit, and they just seem to be thinking one step ahead of TNC. And by the way, John, the ads is up now, so I get to enjoy this. Well, I haven't seen it. This will be very interesting for me.
Yeah, that's something we never see for the most part, at least in the games we've covered. So I'd love to see that effect. It does sound really strong. Like that wave of fear is pretty strong. We've seen that effect before. It's something we talk about with, say, Queen of Pain at 25. Just a lot of utility from that kind of spell.
The bot lane, we do see Armel. He does end up taking out the Tusk, so a nice little kill there onto Boomy. And, Sims. Gonna find Bok there with Armel. Armel taking a lot of damage, and Bok just cannot run away. And Armel is starting to really hit hard on that sniper. 24 minutes in, they will finally be able to commit and claim that T1 mid-tower. TNC going to be feeling a little bit better about themselves with that T1 going down.
Gives them a lot more control back in the map. Should allow them to get a couple of rotations in. Something we didn't talk about from Adroit though. Boomy did finish up his own blink earlier on, so you have a lot of ways of saving people out in a tight spot. We haven't seen it to great effect just yet. We haven't seen Adroit really leverage your blink daggers on even Bok right now to full effect just yet. So should be looking forward to seeing that. Again, they still have the Aegis. You'd think that you'd want to make a move while that's up, but Adroit just doesn't feel compelled to take a 5v5. They've been finding the bigger pickoffs. They've been clearing the objectives off the map. It is fairly even in terms of towers taken, but that 1 tower advantage does give Adroit just a little bit more reach here.
KP, big trouble. Bok doesn't want to commit, and now Gabby's going to show himself on the Ricky. Bok falling very, very low. We did have the Essence Ring, which does allow him to survive. In fact, are they going for more? Yeah, they are. There's the Metamorphosis coming out. And Natsumi does claim to kill onto Tims and now has the Terror Wave. Would love it if it told me how long it feared, but it is Dota after all. We can't have that. The bounty does also get caught out. March does go down.
Aegis expires though, so Natsumi's not gonna have that second life. Gonna have to be a bit cautious as they go for this tier 2 push.
Wow, Mel gonna find Boomy by himself in the Radiant side jungle apparently. Not really sure what Boomy was doing there in the first place, but we're just trying to get a few wards down. He will lose his life. You don't get the pleasure of seeing the Terror Wave, John.
Not now. Until the Metamorphosis is back up. And the droid once again just pull back, refresh. They've got BKB on Mac now. Couldn't be much happier to just stand in front, do his damage, doesn't have to worry about the magic damage coming out, or the control. Isn't the tankiest DP just yet, but you're reaching that point where you're not going to be bursting down Mac all too fast anymore. So you do have a lot more leeway here how these fights do break out.
It's just a sniper, right? Like,
Definitely.
once you've got to rid the sniper, it's all good.
Yeah, it's really just Armel right now. Like, Gabby has a Yasha on top of the defusal. That's nice. Not enough.
Oh, KP. Lassoed up by Bok does go down. Now they want to go for more. They pop the Exorcism and they found March. There's just sentries everywhere. CML has ensured that none of this map does not have detection. And now they can claim another tier 2 tower. And this is the final outer tower on the map. You don't have Metamorphosis, but you will have it in 30 seconds. You don't need to rush. Matt will be able to get it. Gabby was trying to go for the deny play, but doesn't quite get there in time. And it's going to be up 13 to 21, but more importantly, John, 6k net worth lead for the side of the droid. All outer towers down. In TNC, they are certainly on the back foot.
Definitely are. This is where they're going to shine. High ground defense with a sniper. It's one of those things where it can kind of be impregnable. The only thing that, I mean, at the very least, a droid do have the Bat Rider and Tusk to deal with that. Those heroes can kind of get that done. I love the build-up from Boomy as well, straight into the Ags after that blink. So they can kick the sniper back if for some reason they can't get their Bat Rider lasso in place. Or, you know, go back, kick back the sniper, get the Ricky on lasso if you have detection. You suddenly take out those two big cores. PNC still have been kind of waiting around, right? We expected them to be a bit more aggressive with attracts. They haven't been able to isolate a droid enough to really build off Widow's track kills. That is causing them to play from behind. And you do have decent farm on Armel. Like, he has that Mjolnir up. He is starting to be that machine gun sniper we all know and hate to play against, but gonna need a bit more there.
It seems as though Boomy is just always the one, you know, having to take the riskiest to farm, and he continues to get caught out, but you know what, I don't think Boomy cares. Like, Boomy's just getting levels, he's getting a bit of farm, he knows his life is really worth nothing, it's fine. But Bok, however, would be a problem if he died, but should be fine as well. He does force staff and blink away, and it looks like he is going to be out of range. And in case the droid did not have enough of a lead, John, Natsumi finds the Paladin Sword.
Yeah, just blessed. Every single time, you know, every single time we cast a game, a core gets the tier 3, it's almost always a Paladin Sword onto the hardcore. So, nice little pickup for Natsumi, gives him a lot more utility, lots more deployed, so much more durability, just with that lifesteal onto him. Do we have the Spirit Vessel yet? No. No Spirit Vessel up on March yet, so you're getting a lot of value from that item. Not going to be mitigated just yet, like that coming out anytime soon.
I think it's about time that Armel gets an Ice Sky. That's what I think. Armel, you spent enough time with this Mjolnir. Forget about the Lincoln Speed, sir. Back then on my map, Bot gets a lasso off on Tims, and well, poor Tims can't do anything about it. He'll try to force stuff and actually does run away with Boomy. Knocks him out with the uppercut. And with that, another support off the board. Well, TNC, in all fairness, they aren't hiding in their base or anything like that. They are still roaming the map quite confidently. March, they go there. They'll get the Yules off eventually. And we'll march doing his best to die as much as possible. In all fairness, it does give his other core space to just farm up safely. He's just tanking the game, John.
Definitely. We've seen that. It's the same story with Boomy. It's the same story with March and Tim. They're giving space to their cores. They're doing their job. A rough situation all around for both sides. So if someone's gonna die, it might as well be the supports. You know, you expend that lasso for Grimstroke, you're not too upset. You expend a lot of spells for March, who was just standing in that dire jungle for a very long time for whatever reason. You're not gonna be upset. That's time wasted from Droid. That's time you bought for TNC. Although the Roshan's gonna be up soon, and that's what a Droid is gonna be looking at next.
I love the fact that I look at Boomy and he's just going straight for an Aghanim Scepter, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You know, against the sniper, you've got blink ads. Like, you may as well just blink and kick him forward. You know?
Doc?
Yeah, against KP again. This is not going to be the easiest kill in the world. Of course, KP does have Dark Grip, but he can't really pop it. Smoke Screen's going to help him out, but not enough. Boomy just preemptively popping his dance to see if he can find Gabby. Matt almost finds him. But Gabby will be able to get away just in time. And March will also run for his life. You know what? They really aren't giving March a break. Like, he's still trying to finish off that Spirit Vessel. But every time you look at him, he's got a fresh set of Sentry Wards. Like, just let the man finish the item first.
He can't. Someone's gonna have to play this Warden game that the Droid's playing. We mentioned it at draft, but a Droid gets so much value from buying these sentries out. They can see two heroes potentially scouting around, take out the vision as well. You just get so much utility from that set because there are two Invis heroes on TNC's side. And so that's the main reason why CML is just perfectly glad to be dirt poor. All he has is a Ghost Scepter, which is a bit of a luxury for a support like him anyway. He has a way of saving himself if he's jumped by the Riki, or even just targeted by the sniper. He has some way of mitigating some of that damage, and once more, a Droid will be able to take this Roach for free. Second Roach of the game. That is the cheese as well. So you're going to have to deal with a lot of lives here on Droid. You've got False Bombs to worry about, the Sunder from Natsumi, the Aegis now as well, and the cheese.
That's a problem. Because I had a quick gander at Tim Johns. He's going for an Aghanim Scepter. So something tells me he probably could afford to get some wards and give March a bit of a break, but can't have that as a position 4. And I suppose with that ink portrait, it is going to be rather effective if you can get a copy of the Terrorblade. So,
but you have to remember, Terrorblade could just kind of burst it down with, I believe, Reflection should affect that? Not entirely sure.
Oh, that's a bit of a mistake, March. No wonder he has no gold, John. He's put 2 Sentry Wards down in the same spot.
2 eyes to see with, Mike.
2 eyes to see with, indeed. That explains a lot. I think he thought he had an Observer Ward there to put like a Tinker Ward down, but turns out he did not.
I like that play. I'm not sure if you caught it, but March just went in when he saw Natsumi around, throws out the Shuriken, TP's out after taking the range creep. He can't risk it. You know, he's tired of dying.
Dota's all about the little things, John, and well, March does the little things very, very well. He just did. They add up. These small little efficiency plays do add up in the end. March gonna run into Boomy now. Boomy happily gonna run forward onto March. They know he's around there somewhere. They get the Warriors punch off and March just melts. Just can't take the damage.
I love this item build-up from Natsumi. Went straight for the butterfly this time around. No MKB, and that's not going to be out in Armel or Gabby anytime soon. They just can't prioritize it.
We'll have a quick look at the win probability while we're here as well. You know what? It's only sitting at 73% as well. Gets a lasso off. He caught Gabby on the Riki, the Manta. He will be able to walk away for now. Blink strikes away as well. A close call, but now Natsumi. He's onto the tier 3 tower. They repair kit. Who's jumped in? It's Matt. He wasn't done. He got Gabby on the Riki just in front of his fountain, and now they found Armel. They don't have the ads yet, but Natsumi's coming. He's trapping the chance right in front of his fountain. How dare they? The buyback will come out from Armel. They do find Boomy as a trade. And Adroit, they're happy with the buyback committal. They will back off.
That's a pretty successful defense from TNC. Like, no objectives fell. None of the towers even took significant damage here. So it did cost them a buyback, but Adroit's keenness to find that fight does kind of cost them objectives. Still, they pull back, they can reset. They know Armel won't have a second life for a little bit longer, around 7.5 minutes. Although that might buy TNC enough time to farm up for that MKB. Armel does queue it up next. That should be a good way to deal with that Terrorblade now.
You say Armel's getting a BKB, John? Looks like he's getting a Divine Rapier.
Oh, he switched. Alright. Sweet. I mean, yeah. Sniper, Divine Rapier, natural combination. You can still deal with that TV.
Yeah.
It all works out quite fine. Gonna need some time to build up for it. Look, that's not the fastest farm up, but if they prioritize all their farm on him as they have, he'll probably have it in around 3 to 4. If he gets that free time. Adroit, they've got to understand that they have a massive opening while that buyback status is off for Armel.
Well, Adroit, they're rotating top. They see the side of TNC. Can they get anything out of this? Everyone's TPing. Bok, he's looking with the pipeline. He may find KP, and KP does get the Dark Rift. The lasso comes out from Bok. The Dark Rift should get him out. So at least you get a nice lasso wasted. And, well, now you know exactly where the side of Adroit are. Although March, still alone, but there's no detection on Mac. And for once, March will be able to run out safely.
Rather unfortunate. I mean, March is not worth too much. Kill the guy, it doesn't matter. He's just happy you're wasting time. I'm unsure if he's actually finished up the Spirit Vessel because he's queued up the Warstaff instead. So, not quite sure if he's finished it and then Courier just waiting to fly out, but if he does have that Spirit Vessel, you are mitigating a lot of what's keeping Adroit up. All their regen suddenly isn't as effective as it was before.
That is if he survives, which is I think is the problem with March, is like how long am I going to be available in a team fight anyway to have that aura going. And well, Adroit, smoking up now mid lane, they want to try and go for something. You do have the meta, you do have Exorcism, and they start to move forward. A smoke up from TNC now, they don't want to reveal where they are. Meanwhile, Natsumi, he does finish up an Eye of Skadi on the Terrorblade, so you have that available. That is the new Eye of Skadi. Jar. Lasso. Bok moving down. 30 KP on the Underlord. They really don't want this Underlord surviving through the next team fight, and he has no buyback. He doesn't have the gold for it. And that'll be the first T3 tower of the game going down, and Natsumi will take the melee barracks very, very quick. They'll try to repair kick, but it just does nothing.
Straight in, next objective. It's really easy. You've got that Terrorblade, you've got Mega up, although they are playing a bit more cautious. They do not have the lasso. They almost have a kick on Boomy, but not quite. 300 gold until the Ags is out. Of course, he has to ferry that out anyways. Gonna play a bit more cautiously without that catch. Gonna be happy with one set of racks. First racks of the game, going the way of Adroit. Does give him a lot more control. 22k net worth lead. TNC still lagging severely behind. Armel is inching closer towards his Divine though.
Is that gonna make, I mean, it's gonna make a huge difference for TNC, because then it's gonna be like, how do you breach the high ground? But once you have that Tusk adds up, like, Boomy's been real on point with this Tusk play today. It feels like as soon as you get kicked away, the game's kind of over. Like, once the Defiant's gone, that's it.
That TNC has to be cautious about. Even without that kick, right? You have the lasso that Bok has. Like, if they really need to target Armel down, they've got the lasso anyway. They've just got the backup in Boomy now as well, so they can take riskier plays. I believe it's flying out right now. So you're going to have that tool for the next high ground siege.
Very nice. There it is. Boomy does have the axe on. They will split out March, taking the outpost, and they're going to try and take it back in time. And Boomy, he says no. I'm sick of March. I want him dead. And that's exactly what Boomy does. He'll take out the bounty hunter once again. They do manage to get the outpost back before that 40-minute mark ticks. And speaking of 40-minute mark, John, we do have tier 4 items.
Oh yeah. A lot of them popping out. Ninja gear being dropped by Natsumi, I believe, sends it back. That himself. Because the Paladin Sword is just a bit... That innate lifesteal without taking up an extra spot. Lots of value in that.
You wouldn't mind keeping the Illusionist cape on the Terrorblade though.
Oh yeah.
And he does.
He really
yeah.
Gives you a lot more from those illusions. They already hit like trucks. Oh, when Metamorphosis is up, you pop that Manta, you pop the Conjure Image. Will basically melt all those towers.
You know what, I thought a droid, they may wait for the next Roshan, but no, they want to go now. Mel has the Divine Rapier up, however. Boss blinks in, couldn't quite find the lasso. The tier 3 being healed up by the repair kit. And they'll commit the Fortify. It's not going to be the easiest high ground, in fact Divine makes it very, very hard. Matt, and you rooted up, he'll be alright for now, he'll smooth those final lives and walk away, although I can't say the same for CML, he does end up dying by Gabby, so Natsumi will turn around. There's the fear coming up from Natsumi, but it was a bit too late. And without that Oracle, I don't think you make the push any longer, and they do back out.
Yeah, a lot of caution here from a droid. You can see that the investment into Armel is paying off. So they've got high ground defense 4 days. They can't manage to save their tier 3s. The racks are still up and standing. And TNC's going to be very happy with how that went so far. A droid's going to have to wait until the next Metamorphosis is up. So there's going to be some downtime for them. And that's something that TNC can maximize. Trying to group up around a Roche, but that's still about a minute off. Not going to be able to find that just yet.
TNC now feeling much more comfortable across the map, however. And, well, they'll take over the Dire Jungle for a little bit. They'll get a few more tier 4 items. In fact, Witless Shaco, a very nice item for KB, who's really hasn't been as tanky as you would have liked to see from an Underlord. And now, a droid, smoked up. They're going to scout out that Roshan pit, though it is about 10 seconds away from respawning. It's going to be an extremely important Roshan for this next high ground attempt for a droid, and TNC, I don't think they can really afford to allow it to go down to a droid. I think they have to fight this.
Definitely. They've got some tools to help them out here. Like, we haven't mentioned it, but Gabby does have the Nullifier, so it gets a lot easier for him to trap someone in his Tricks of the Trade. It gets much easier to burst people down. They really can't escape. Not even that Ghost Scepter is going to save anyone. Though, he can catch the back line. There's no way for CML to save himself in that case. I think that's going to be key for TNC. We saw what happened when a droid lost their Oracle early on. They become hesitant to fight. They just always have to try to find CML in the back. With that Nullifier, it should be pretty easy work for Gabby.
Oh, Tim's gonna lose his point booster in the courier. He was about 100 gold off the Aghanim Scepter, but now with that point boosted down, even once he does have the gold, it's going to be gone for 3 minutes. And the droid there will get started on the Roshan.
Blessing in there as well. Wonder who they're going to prioritize it on. Perhaps the Bad Rider for the lasso chain?
Or you don't mind giving it to the DP, right? Like,
yeah, the damage is pretty nice. I'd say the utility from a double lasso is much stronger at this point, but it really depends on what they want more.
Oh, it looks like they've actually given it to Natsumi. Natsumi will send his ads back. Wait, where is the ads?
Still in his backpack.
Okay, he's got it in the backpack. So he took the blessing. He's got the ads in the backpack. Gonna sell that back. That is a pretty greedy play to say the least. But I suppose there aren't really the best Aghanim Scepter upgrades in the team. In fact, bot lane, they've done TP. Kick him back to Luzo and Outpost, and Natsumi's gonna TP in.
This extra slot on Natsumi has got to pay off. Like, I think there is a lot of value in just giving... Oh, actually, Bach already has one. He has a blessing as well. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked. Radiant's top barracks is under attack.
So you do have the answer. Side device now also up on map. And they're going to make the push. Natsumi, top rats, it will go down very, very easily. And Exorcism will be popped straight down to the bot lane. Mel smoked up with his team, but it is already broken. Matt going to move in and Gabby will jump straight in. Force the DPD out of Matt, but now the side device is Gabby. He gets forced off early. The hit of Malice is going to be quite nice, but you really only caught the task. And nobody ends up dying thanks to that false promise from CML. And Natsumi is still hitting away at that tower. What do you do about this? That's Vegas. Of course, TNC may go for a fight. Yeah, Gabby, he jumps in with another fight with the smoke screen, but there is an ace, and now another Lashley coming out. Out the box. That's going to be devastating here for TNC, as they're going to lose one in our mill. They'll lose the Doomstroke as well, both by a fact. But now March has died back on the bounty hunter. Can they find KP a second time? They can't for now. The Soulbind comes out from Tim with a double charge from the TV. Thunder follows. He's sundered. He's done death proper map. He doesn't have ages, so he can't really risk dying. False promise going to keep him alive. He's going to try and bring him to the pin of Malice KP. Going to keep him in. They're going to find a huge kill onto Natsumi. But you've lost Mega Creeps. It's tough.
It's a hard situation for Tien. Right? Like, they had to expend the buybacks again. They're going to be down on the next defense. It's going to be much harder for them. No buybacks left? Yeah, no buybacks left, and any of them is gold lacking for Gabby's buyback as well, so he's going to farm up to get that up and running. I mean, they do manage to get a big kill in up that Terrorblade. Second time to die. They're going to have to try to find an objective here. There's no Roshan, so all they can really hope for is to put the tower down.
Where did Arnold's Divine go? It's on the Tusk. Oh, that's right. He did buy back, but Boomy has the Divine on the Tusker.
Oh man. Oh god. Yeah, that's gonna be painful. Just blink in and punch.
Kicks it back. KP loses all their time because HP from that. The amount's gonna be there though. You don't want to give that Divine back, but KP give him the Warrior's punch. There it is. Losing a lot more HP as well. KP will survive through it. As Natsumi now will move in and move the feeling though. Soulbind is going to come out. The ink portrait, did he actually get one? He did. It does end up killing CML. That portrait does hit hard, but not hard enough, as now Boomy is continuing to chase. Gabby does not want to get punched in the face right now, but it looks like he has no choice. He gets punched. The Divine is gone on Boomy, but the GG's been called anyway. The game's over. Who ended up with the Divine in the end anyway? It was late. He doesn't have gravity.
A droid, just really giving it to TNC. It looked like TNC had a couple of things going for themselves. The last pick, Sniper, was definitely a bit of a surprise, but in the end, a droid just gets everything